Your state, your awareness of it, and how you choose to use it has the biggest effect on your overall success. Because if your state is operating well, you're operating in a positive state, you're going to make better decisions that are going to get you the results you want. And in turn, if you're operating in a poor state, you're not going to make the best decisions, you're not going to get the results that you want. My name is Isaac Wilkins. Welcome to the channel. I work with former athletes and former military turned business professionals to get you to where your habits and your fitness are on point and are conditioned to be the best that you can be, and to get you back to that strong, confident, athletic vibe that you used to have and that swagger. So stick around. In this video, I'm going to go over what a state is. I'm going to go over the three main components of a state, and I'm going to go over how to adjust your state, and first, most importantly, how to even be aware of what state you're in so that you can continue to make the best decisions and get the best results for your life. Hey, what's up, guys? So today I want to get into something that we all kind of know, but nobody talks enough about, right? And that is that your state is one of the direct drivers of what happens in your results, okay? So what do I mean by state? Okay, state is basically a combination of your physical and emotional situation at any given time. So, if you're in an agitated state, then you're probably going to behave a certain way. If you're in a very calm state, you're probably going to behave a certain way. And understanding that and understanding what your state is when you go to make decisions is super, super vital. So there's three real components to your state. The first is the physiology. Physiology is just, literally how you're feeling. How's your heart rate? How's your blood sugar? How's your, state as far as, are you currently exercising? Are you exhausted? All these things kind of combine to affect your physiology. We all know that if we're not feeling really well, if we're sick or something like that, we're going to behave and we're going to think a little bit differently, right? So that's absolutely important to understand. Next is your internal representations. So your internal representations, these are your emotions, these are your filters, these are the things that your belief systems, stuff like that, that all can impact the information that's coming into the brain about your physiology, about what's going on in the outside world. If you are in a terrible mood and somebody says good morning, that good morning is relatively neutral, right? That's just somebody talking to you. But if you're in a terrible mood, you're going to take that as like, well, what they mean by that, are they telling me to have a good morning? You're going to be defensive, right? Versus if you're in a great mood and somebody says good morning, same person, same good morning, same intent behind it as far as they're concerned, you're going to take that in a much better way. You're going to be like, hey, they wish me good morning. Things are awesome. I appreciate that. And next is your language, right? This is the language that you're speaking to yourself or speaking out loud to other people. So this is like one of those things that people say, hey, how you doing? Right? We all know that the standard American response is, I'm doing good, regardless of how you're doing, right? But if you're, saying things like, just another day, blah, 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 like whatever, kind of like low key like that, what you're doing is you're dragging your state down. You're kind of programming your brain to have it as just another day, right? But if, you say, hey, things are awesome, things are good, that language, that reverberates to them, so they end up taking it a different way. It also reverberates to you. It's a reminder to yourself that, hey, things are awesome today. So your language is important. That kind of, all those combine to create your state. And what you need to understand is that your state is going to drive your behaviors. And those behaviors, in turn, drive your results. So again, if you're in a terrible mood, your state's awful, stuff like that, and you respond to a neutral stimulus in a negative way, then chances are, in turn, you'll get a negative result back. And what is that going to do? That's going to reinforce that negative state. You're going to be like, oh, well, I'm feeling bad. I responded negatively. I get negative stuff back. It reinforces that I feel bad, right? Or in turn, if you're feeling good and your state's up, your state's elevated, and you respond in a positive way, you respond to some energy, you respond to some emotion, you respond to some fire, then you're probably going to get a better response back or a more energetic response back. In turn, that's going to help boost you up. So this is why like state control is absolutely important. Understanding the ability to control how you are reacting to situations, and sometimes being able to step back away before you respond, before you react, and kind of being able to look at things a little more neutrally and step outside and say, okay, well, did this person really mean this? Or, is this really a negative situation, or am I just looking at it negatively, right? Because that's what's going to drive that behavior and in turn drive more results. So it's absolutely important to have an awareness of your state. It's absolutely important to have an awareness of your situation, have an awareness of how you're behaving and how you're thinking, how you're feeling, how you're representing things before you make decisions. Because that in turn is going to kind of either send you down the rabbit hole or send you out of it. So by all means, live in the moment and all that good stuff. But being aware of your state and learning how to take a measure of your state is absolutely important. So one of the ways I like to do this is really, really simple. I work with my clients on state awareness, not even state control at the beginning, right? Because you can't control what you're not aware of. So at the beginning, a lot of times I work with clients on simply doing a state awareness. So today, maybe like every hour, set a little alarm on your phone, right? Be like, how am I feeling right now? Little self check-in, like, what's going on? Oh, I'm feeling agitated. Why am I feeling agitated? Well, I had this meeting, this meeting. They were all terrible, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, were they terrible? Maybe yes, maybe no. Or was it because of this thing? Or was it because of how you're feeling? Or are you hungry? Are you tired? Are you thirsty? Are you, like all these things? Is there a physiological reason why you're not feeling well? Or is the physiological reason why you are feeling well? You got well rested, you had some good meals. Pay attention to that. Look through your emotional and your filters. Like, hey, did this suck because I didn't feel good in it, or did it suck because it actually sucked? Right? And then look at the language you use to perpetuate that. Is it positive language that you're moving in the right direction, or is it kind of more negative stuff? So we set these reminders on a regular basis to check our states, and also to check during, like, after a situation happened, like, because obviously you can't plan things on the hour. So after a situation happens, check in, be like, hey, okay, well, how did I react to that? Oh, well, not the best. Cool. Why did I do that? Well, it could have been this, could have been this, could have been this. Awesome. Now you're bringing awareness. Or, you know what? Hey, that went really well. Why did it go well? Oh, well, I worked on making better eye contact. I worked on smiling more. I worked on things like this. Cool. That's all good. That shows you're moving in a good direction. What you're getting here is you're getting a bunch of data points. And when you have a bunch of data points, you can start to plot and look at things as to why they're happening. And once you are into it, you can start to see that in your state more often. You'll start to make connections in your brain about, well, when I feel this way, I tend to do this. Okay, well, what do I need to do to feel this way less? Or what do I need to do to feel this way more, right? Practical ways to change your state. If you're in a situation where you need to be a little more amped up, then get up and move. The fastest way to change your state for most people is to approach their physiology, especially if you come from an athletic background or you come from a background where you're in your body. Then it's absolutely key to be able to like adjust your body, because that's how your brain kind of connects with everything, right? Your brain connects to that sensory body input. So fastest way, adjust your physiology. Get up and move if you need more energy. Do a little mini workout, even if it's just a couple of push-ups. It's enough to get you moving. You know what I mean? Get the blood flowing. That's going to affect your physiological state. Knock something off your list. Some little piddling thing off your to-do list, but knock it off. Give yourself a little check mark, and give yourself a little celebrate. You're like, yeah, I did that. I got that knocked off, and that's a win, because that's going to give you a little boost, right? If you need to, talk to somebody that makes your mood better. Don't talk their ear off, waste their time. Nobody needs to know one of those people in their life. But instead, just talk to somebody that picks up your mood a little bit. Bounce an idea off them. Something like that makes you feel constructive. And so if you feel constructive, then you will start to pick your state up. All of these things work together. Adjusting your language, again, same thing. If you find yourself using a lot of negative language, consciously try to be positive with your language, and you'll see that your state will start to improve. So as you continue to build this, as you continue to build awareness of your state and ways you can change your state, you can spend more time in an optimal state. And the more time you can spend in an optimal state, you're going to make better decisions. You're going to interact with other people better. You're going to interact with your environment better. You're going to have more energy and more motivation to train more, to get more done, to do other stuff that's going to perpetuate that positive state. So again, one of the first things I do with people is we start with state awareness. Once you have an awareness of your state and you have a bunch of data points in there and you kind of know what's going on, then it's pretty simple to start knocking off the dominoes to more often get into an optimal state, because now you know what it is, you can recognize it, and you can know the things that add up to make that state more optimal, to make better decisions. And those better decisions are only going to provide you better feedback so that you can then go about making a better life for yourself. Hey, thanks for watching. Hopefully this made sense. Hopefully it gives you the tools to start affecting your state so you can make better decisions. If you found use in this, then by all means, hit a like, hit a subscribe. I appreciate it. It helps grow this channel and helps more people get help that they need to find the success they want.